No one expected this. Just when the entertainment world thought Wang Iba had nothing left to surprise fans with, he dropped a revelation that left everyone speechless. It all started with a quiet, private event, no red carpet, no cameras, just close friends and family. Yet somehow, a few photos leaked online that changed everything. In one picture, Wang Iba could be seen on one knee, holding a small velvet box, his expression filled with raw emotion. Next to him stood a woman whose identity immediately sent the internet into a frenzy. People weren't just talking about the ring. They were talking about her. Whispers spread like wildfire, "That's the mother of his son," one insider claimed. Fans refused to believe it at first. Wang Iba, the private and mysterious superstar, had always kept his personal life completely hidden. He never confirmed relationships, never fueled rumors. But this time, the silence was louder than any denial. A witness from the event reportedly said. He looked at her like she was his entire world. You could feel it, it wasn't for show. It was real. According to sources, Wang Iba's words during the proposal left everyone at the gathering in tears. He said softly, "I've been blessed twice in this life, once when I met you, and once when I met him." The crowd reportedly went silent, realizing who him referred to, their little boy, the one the media had speculated about for months. Within minutes, social media platforms across China and beyond exploded. Hashtag Wang Iba proposal. Hashtag Wang Iba son. Hashtag Iba family. All trending. All in disbelief. But what truly captured hearts wasn't the shock, it was the emotion behind his actions. After years of hiding his personal struggles, choosing career over comfort, and silently bearing the weight of fame, Wang Iba seemed to have finally chosen peace. Fans began posting emotional comments. He deserves happiness, no matter what. If he's a father and a husband now, I'm proud of him. This just proves he's more than a celebrity, he's human. Soon after, an unverified video began circulating online. In it, Wang Iba was seen standing beside the woman, both holding hands, as he thanked the people who had supported him through everything. "I've spent so long protecting my private life," he said gently. "But love doesn't need to hide forever. Today, I just want to say, thank you for being my reason." The clip was short, blurry, and obviously not official, but the warmth in his tone, the sincerity in his expression, it was unmistakable. And yet, one detail caught everyone's attention. When asked by a close friend how long they had been together, the woman reportedly smiled and replied, "Since before the fame. He's always been the same Iba." That single line shattered hearts everywhere. By nightfall, millions were replaying that moment, leaving comments like, "He stayed loyal even when the world tried to change him." The world was still reeling from the shocking news. Wang Iba's unexpected proposal had already sent social media into chaos, but what happened after that moment made fans even more emotional. Hours after the photos of the proposal leaked, a quiet video surfaced on a private fan page. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't staged, it was real, raw, and intimate. The short clip showed Wang Iba standing in a softly lit garden, surrounded by a few friends and family. He held the microphone with slightly trembling hands and looked straight at the woman in front of him. "I used to think love was a distraction," he said quietly. "But when I saw how she cared, not just for me but for the life we built together, I realized love was the reason I became stronger." The woman's eyes glistened as tears rolled down her cheeks. The people around them wiped their eyes too. It wasn't the grand spectacle of a celebrity engagement, it was simple, honest, and heartbreakingly beautiful. Moments later, Iba got down on one knee and said the words everyone had been waiting to hear. "You've been my best friend, my peace, and my strength. Will you marry me?" She nodded through tears, and the crowd erupted in quiet applause. No fancy decorations. No paparazzi. Just pure emotion. The clip spread faster than wildfire, reaching millions of views within hours. Fans across the world couldn't stop talking about it. He finally found his happiness. This isn't just news, it's history. Wang Iba deserves this moment. But there was something else that made the video even more special. Right before the recording ended, Iba turned toward the small boy standing next to them, their son, and gently lifted him into his arms. He whispered softly, "This is our new beginning." That single moment melted the internet. It wasn't just a proposal. It was a promise, one to his partner, to his child, and to himself. News outlets began flooding with headlines. Wang Yibo's hidden love story finally revealed. Iba's private proposal video breaks the internet. Fans celebrate as Iba confirms his most precious secret. But amidst all the chaos, one question kept echoing in fans' minds. Who exactly is she? Rumors began circulating that the woman had known Iba long before his fame. Some claimed she worked in production. Others believed she was part of his close friend circle. Still, no one could confirm. She remained a mystery, quiet, graceful, and protective of her privacy. Insiders close to Iba's team hinted that he had made a clear request. Please respect her identity. She's not part of this industry, and that's how I want it to stay. And that single sentence made fans love him even more. Many wrote online, protecting her is the most romantic thing he could ever do. He's showing that fame doesn't define love, love defines him. It had been 3 days since the video of Wang Iba's proposal surfaced, and yet the world hadn't calmed down. News channels, fan pages, and media outlets were still replaying the same moment, the one where Iba looked up, ring in hand, and said, "Will you marry me?" But amidst all the chaos, the one voice everyone had been waiting to hear finally spoke. Late that evening, a new video quietly appeared online. It wasn't released by any entertainment outlet, it was uploaded through a private, verified account under a simple title. Her story. At first, people thought it was fake, until the video began, and the woman everyone had been searching for finally appeared on screen. She looked calm and composed, dressed in a plain white blouse, her face gentle and full of emotion. Her voice trembled slightly as she began to speak. "I didn't plan to talk," she said softly. "I thought our story was something we could keep between us. But I realized silence can sometimes cause more noise than words." She smiled faintly, her eyes glistening. "Yes, what you saw was real. It wasn't a performance. It wasn't for the public. It was a promise." The comment section flooded instantly, fans typing faster than ever, unable to believe what they were hearing. "She's so graceful. Finally, we hear her side. I can feel her sincerity even through the screen." She continued, her tone filled with honesty and warmth. "We met years ago, long before anyone knew his name. He was quiet, driven, and kind. I watched him chase his dreams with everything he had, even when it meant sacrificing time, sleep, and peace. And through it all, he never forgot to be gentle." A small smile crossed her lips as she spoke about the moment that changed everything. "When our son was born, he cried before I did. He said it was the first time he truly felt fear, not because he wasn't ready, but because he wanted to be perfect for him." Her words silenced the internet. "He's not just a performer," she said quietly. "He's a father who reads bedtime stories, a man who rushes home after filming, and someone who never stopped protecting what mattered most, family." The video continued for several minutes, but what touched viewers most was what she said at the end. "I didn't want fame, and I never asked for attention. I just wanted peace. And now that we've shared our truth, I hope people can see him as I do, not as a superstar, but as a man who finally chose love." The screen faded to black, and within minutes, her video reached over 5 million views. Across social media, people began posting emotional comments. "This isn't a scandal, it's the most genuine love story we've ever seen." They kept it private not because they were hiding, but because they were protecting something pure. She spoke with so much grace. No drama, no denial, just love. The world had barely recovered from the emotional storm caused by the woman's heartfelt video when another wave of shock hit social media. Wang Iba, the man known for his silence and mystery, finally broke it. It happened during a surprise livestream. no one expected it. No press release, no teaser, no warning. Just a quiet notification that popped up. Wang Iba is live. Within seconds, millions joined. The screen opened to Iba sitting in a dimly lit room, dressed simply in a white shirt. No makeup, no stylist, no stage lights, just him, raw and unfiltered. He sat silently for a few seconds, his gaze steady, as if gathering the courage to speak. Then, softly, he began. "I've stayed silent for a long time," he said, his voice calm but filled with weight. "Not because I didn't care, but because I didn't want my words to hurt anyone." Fans held their breath. When that video was released, he continued, "I watched it just like all of you. And I realized, maybe it's finally time I speak, not as an artist, not as a celebrity, but as myself." He paused, looking down for a moment before revealing something that silenced the entire chat room. "Yes, I proposed." "And yes," she said yes. The comments exploded, hearts, crying emojis, disbelief, and shock filled the screen. But Iba wasn't done. His voice deepened as he shared something far more emotional. "I met her long before fame found me. Back then, I was just a dancer chasing light in small studios, dreaming of stages I couldn't even imagine reaching. She believed in me when no one else did." He smiled faintly, recalling a memory. "She used to say, 'One day, you'll dance for the world.' And when that finally happened, she stayed behind the curtain, never asking for recognition, never wanting attention." His tone grew heavier. "We became parents quietly, away from cameras, because I didn't want my child to grow up under flashes and headlines. I wanted him to have what I didn't, peace." Tears filled the comments as Iba took a deep breath. It wasn't about hiding. It was about protecting. There's a difference. He then looked directly into the camera, his expression sincere and unguarded. "I know many of you have supported me for years. And I understand some may feel surprised or even hurt by my silence. But everything I did was to keep the people I love safe." Then came the moment that turned the entire livestream into history. "I love my fans. You've given me everything, dreams, support, strength. And now, I just hope you can give me one more thing, your blessing." He smiled for the first time. It wasn't the charming, rehearsed smile seen on red carpets, it was the kind that came from the heart. Because she deserves to be loved openly. And our son deserves to see that his father isn't just brave on screen, but brave in real life, too. For several seconds, there was only silence. Then, the comments began flooding in again. "So what do you think, everyone? Wang Iba's proposal has shocked fans worldwide, not just because of the ring, but because of the heart and honesty behind it. After years of keeping his private life hidden, he chose to reveal one of the most important chapters of his life, his love, his family, and the child he's been protecting from the public eye." Did this proposal change the way you see Wang Iba? Are you happy for him and his family? Or are you still surprised by how secretive he's been for years? We want to hear your thoughts. Comment below and let us know what you think about this beautiful love story. Do you think this marks a new chapter in Wang Iba's life, both personally and professionally? And remember, hit that like button if this story touched your heart, subscribe to our channel for more shocking celebrity revelations, and turn on notifications, because you won't want to miss what happens next in Wang Iba's incredible journey. Stay tuned for exclusive updates and more behind-the-scenes moments from this unforgettable story.